But shout out, guys. Shout out, John Lee Long, and I'm not in the Hobo Depot. I'm actually in my office. All right, because it's cold outside, and today's a weekend, and the whole day Hobo Depot is basically probably closed. I just want to say to all my friends out there, first of all, thank you for all your moral support, and thank you for your monetary support, and thank you for being friends and loving on each other in this base world. We know that we're going through a pandemic, and we're going to make it out in a few. And we're going to love each other even more because we're going to get a chance to touch each other, hug each other, embrace each other. I said hug, means embrace. The same thing. And we get a chance to go on stage with each other and play our basses. Today, I want to talk about a bass that I haven't really had a chance to talk about. Now, I've talked about basses like this, but I haven't talked about this particular one. And I want to bring this up forefront today because I want to talk more about it because, it's good. It's a good thing to have a certain bass, but it's a better thing to have it and play it. All right. And then know something about it. All right. This is a real Fodera. This is a Ying Yang. A Victor I said, I was ready to say Victor Building. This is a Victor Wooten type Ying Yang bass from Fodera. This is the real Fodera. This is a bolt-on. And I sit and I look at it and I try to figure out, and being honest today, I try to figure out why would I pay this kind of money for this kind of bass when I can get 6 or 7 more basses for the price I paid for this one. And then, I had to pray about it. I did that. I prayed about it and I thought about it and it came to me. This bass came to me, all right? And when I first got it in my hands, I could tell the difference at the beginning of the touch. I could tell there was workmanship done in love. That was the first thing I could tell. Second thing I could tell was the craftsmanship. I could tell it in my hands. My hands were telling me something about this bass, and I didn't even know the bass by just rubbing it and feeling it. I could feel something was good about this bass. And then I already seen it on, Victor use it on television spots and then on workshops and stuff like that. So I already seen what it could do, what it sounds like. What I didn't have the opportunity to do is actually feel one. So today I'm feeling one. Today I have one. So what I would like to do, I have it in my hand. It comes with the EMG setup, and I don't know, man. It's just, I want to say a lot about the bass, but you don't really have to. All right, it's got the EMG preamp in it. It's got the tone. It's got the volume. Volume at the front and the tone, another tone. Then it has the pan, and then it has bass and treble stack, and then it has a mid cut in the back, and then it has a on and off preamp switch. I can put it to you this way. It might have a Mike Pope on the inside. I think this is a Mike Pope on the inside. I can tell you one thing. I can hear the difference in the tone. A lot of people, talk highly about these basses, and I do too. I'm beginning to talk highly myself, not because of the name of the bass, but because of who stands behind the bass and the people who built it, and the people who put their hands on it before I got it. Those are the people that's important because in their hearts they're bass players, and they are craftsmen in their own right. So I do own the Hobo Depot custom bass shop, and I see a lot of basses come through my shop, a lot of them, and I touch a lot of them. And there are some basses I touch and like, okay, I can tell somebody did this out of love. Somebody woke up that morning and they really wanted to build this bass. Mm-hmm. And then there's some basses coming in, and I feeling like whoever woke up that morning didn't want to get up and they wanted to go home before they put this bass together. So, but this is just an amazing piece of art. It does amazing things. You have to sit down with this bass and learn it. You can if you want to, take this bass on the gig and do amazing things, but it won't be to its potential. Once you find the potential of this bass, you're there. All right, so I'm going to just go through it like, I mean, as far as, tone wise, I mean, you heard Victor now play his, so I'm just going to give you an opportunity here. Hear this one, all right? Rear pickup. And everything is like crystal clear. So it speaks fluent. Now the thing about it is the size of the neck. I don't have big hands. Look, I said I don't have big hands. I do have thick hands. I don't have big hands. I have thick hands, and anything that's way big, it might feel uncomfortable for me. But this, the neck is just small. This string spacing is just right. I'm not fighting. You ever seen bass players that have basses in their hand? It's the bass they always wanted, but it doesn't fit them. And you can tell they up there fighting the joint. And the thing about boutique basses, I do say boutique a lot. The thing about boutique basses is that whatever you're thinking and whatever you ask it to play, it's gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna play it accurately. So if you're not that kind of bass player and you're up there trying to impress somebody and you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna tell on you too. Look, quickly. Front pickup. Got a nice growl. Both pickups. Yeah. And the thing about it is, all the way up the neck is comfortable. Ain't no dead spots. It's just a great bass. Harmonic wise, everywhere you go. It's there. It's like, and it's gutty. It's gutty. Now, I have this bass in passive mode right now. In passive mode. So that means that tone knob on the other side of the volume knob is working out. Yeah, when I hit the switch, listen. I would play it back. Look, the thing plays so amazing and sounds so amazing, I would actually play it in passive mode. And be happy the whole night. The whole night. I'll play it the whole night. So that's in passive mode. Let's go into active mode. All right, in active mode, I gotta pull everything back. When I say pull everything back, I mean really pull it back. Because I don't, I had to realize what amp I'm coming through first. Like this is a TC Electronic BB250, so I don't need a lot to excite her. All right, she's only 250 watts, maybe 200 at the most. And I'm using my Boss DRA80 on top. So I'm in active mode now. And so let's see how the active mode. And you got to remember, even in passive mode, I couldn't turn the volume past 3. So on this, past 2, maybe 1. So whatever those EMGs or whatever pickups they got in, whether it's Bartolini EMGs or Seymour Duncans, they're going to talk. Because, a preamp does what it's supposed to do. It brings everything up to the top. So if your bass sounds great, with no preamp, just imagine what it sounds when you cut the preamp off. All right. So we got it. We got the. Oh, and the greatest thing about this bass also is that tone knob underneath the volume, it actually works in active mode too. You hear it soften up? So if you turn it on treble, you leave it back at D10. It doesn't have a notch in it, but I leave it at D10. All right. So I have the bass and treble. I have the treble on D10. So I can still calm that treble down with that first knob. All right. So I can actually brighten it up with that first knob. Alright, so now let's go to bass, because there's no bass on the bass yet. So I'm going to put bass at D10. Alright. Okay, now the mids is at D10 now. In my room, it's a lot of stuff happening right now. Okay, this is bass at 3/4. That's ridiculous. Now, another thing about this bass is it doesn't weigh 130,000 pounds. 8 at the most, maybe 7.5 to 8. Comfortable, no neck dive. No body dive. People call it neck dive. I call it body dive. It's like that joint it does what it wants to do. Whole body just does what it wants to do. But this is just amazing. I appreciate this bass for so many reasons. I could keep playing it, y'all. I wanted to play a little groove. Because, a lot of people buy this bass for jazz and they won't do it for funk. They will do it for funk, but I don't see many funk players playing this. Is it because they can afford it, or is it because they don't think it fit? Me, I'm a funk player, and I'll play it on anything. There's nothing this bass can't do, and that's the greatest thing about it. I mean, it's just there's nothing she can't do. I mean, there's a certain sound she has, and a lot of people may not like that PJ sound, but they do come in jazzes from what I understand it. And I like the jazz sound. I like the P sound because the P gives me a lot more reverberation. I said reverberation. The P sound gives me more reverberation. You sound so crazy. The P sound gives me more broadness, all right, more thickness, more in the other rim of tones. I like that one. In the other rims of tone. So here you are, folks. This is the Ying Yang. All right, this is the real Fodera Ying Yang. You know, and she's absolutely beautiful. And she plays like she looks. And she sounds like she looks. So we're going to put her right over here. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time out to check out my videos. I want to thank all my subscribers who actually praise for me, who actually support me and support, I mean, mentally and financially. I'd like to thank all you guys who love me. And all my enemies, I love you and I pray for you every day. Thanks a lot, guys. Shout out, Kaka. Peace out.